In this video, we're going to be talking about how to get the most out of your social media time, especially if you're trying to connect with prospects and clients and all of those people. This is the video for you. For those of you that are meeting me for the very first time, my name is Sobanjo and I'm the video strategist and your business coach. I help you launch and grow your businesses to start to share your expertise with the world, because trust me, if you already have some fantastic ideas that you can share with people, let's turn them into money and let's make them bring a lot of impact to people around you, making the world a better place, right? I meet a lot of people that they want to connect with their clients, and maybe you want to connect with your clients and prospects and followers, people that want to connect with you and actually get results from what you're doing online. But a lot of times people are afraid. You want to connect with people that are ready to buy your products, ready to connect with you, to listen to the message that you have for them. So you're passionate about helping people. However, from experience, you know how you can spend hours and hours and hours on Facebook, hours and hours on Instagram. Somebody was saying to me last week that, you know what, I had to delete my Instagram account. Now, it's easy if that's not where you do your business. But what happens if, you really need to stay on Instagram to be able to connect with people that want to buy what you have, right? Or even today that there is so much going on in the world that all the offices have been put online. Way before the pandemic, I used to talk about the fact that my office was Facebook. So how do you manage living on Facebook and not getting distracted? How do you get the most done? How do you get the most out of your time that you're spending on Facebook or any social media platform that you use for your business, especially when you're new? When you've been in the business for a bit and you know the rules of the game, you don't need to spend so much time. But if you're there and you're actually new and you're still trying to figure out what's the best way to maximize my time and not spend 5 hours, you're just scrolling and 3 hours just pass like that because you see a 30 minutes video. Right now you're hanging out with me and then another post is going to come and then another post. But we want to make sure that you're getting the most out of your time on Facebook or any platform. I'm going to give you some step-by-step things that you need to do in order for you to maximize this time that you're spending online. The number one point is you need to evaluate where you are. Now, what do I mean by evaluate where you are? We all on a journey. You're on a journey. Maybe you're even at the point where all that you use social media for has always been that social, okay? Not business. Now, if you go into social media thinking it's just a platform that I use to entertain myself, I want you to think about it a little differently, because it's not just an entertainment platform. Yes, you will find different videos, you will find different entertainments that you're going to connect with. I have to confess to you that there was a time in my life that I told my husband and I said, my phone is becoming too much of a pain, that it's like a door to the whole world. I wish I record some of these things that happened to me in the past, so I can write them down and so I can say them exactly how it was. At that time, it was so hard for me to keep up with what was going on social media, especially WhatsApp, because the notification comes in like that, especially when you're part of different groups. At the time, I was overwhelmed with so many responsibilities and I was just like, not another thing. So it's extremely important that you note where you are, okay? Even if you're overwhelmed with a lot of information, and especially now with all this that is going on right now, sometimes the news can be overwhelming. Like, what is this? Can this just stop? Okay, part of the things that you're going to need to do is to check, how do I arrange things in a way that it doesn't overpower me? and I can still manage with it. Because, for example, if you have young children, if you have, other responsibilities, I'm a pastor, I'm a full-time pastor, and I have responsibilities at church. I have responsibilities with my children. When I was talking about my children were very little, and I had all sorts of things. I had my business to run and all of that. Now, what I believe is that you can maximize what time you have and still get the most out of your time online, especially when we get to point number 3, okay, that I'm going to be talking about. But before we go to point number 3, we have to get to point number 2, right? Point number 2 that I have for you is you need to schedule your time on social media, because if you don't schedule your time on social media, usually what would happen is you can spend hours on social media without any results. So if what you're looking for is to be able to attract people that want to buy from you, or people that are ready to follow you on a transformational journey that you're taking them on, it's extremely important that you know how long it's going to take you, okay? Put it in your schedule. Now, you don't just do it when you feel like it. For example, one of the things that I do every week is I come live like this on my social media platforms and I share with you. And when you schedule it, what happens is the people that you're connecting with, you, my friends online, I'm able to connect with you at a particular time of the day, at a particular time of the week. So you schedule it. Now, this is now me scheduling the time that I do my videos. You're going to do exactly that, where people know when to find you online. However, it's not just about doing videos. There's also the connection with the people, okay, which is the next point. Now, the third point that I have for you is you also now need to map out a strategy for yourself, for your cause, for your movement, for your business, for what you're doing, where you're able to connect with people. You're able to connect with people, not just scrolling to see what's going on social media. Remember, your aim is to connect with people. Can you tell me what you're selling or what you're sharing? What's your message about? Write it in the comment. Now, the reason why I'm asking you to write that in the comments is you don't know. Somebody may be scrolling, somebody may be watching live right now that need what you have. Okay, so write it in the comments. What is the service that you provide for people? Messaging is extremely important. And you see, when it comes to messaging is something that I do with my clients for a big period of our work together, because your message is what's going to cut down on the timing that you invest online. If you don't work on your message, what would happen is you'd need to talk a lot. You need to spend a lot more time online. And I know very well that many of you out there are extremely busy people. You have all these other responsibilities and you're looking for how can I maximize the little time that I have for reaching and connecting with more people, clients, followers, audience members online. You want to cut down on that and you want to be able to connect with people easily, not spending the whole day trying to connect with people, and just say something small and people are ready to connect with you. Now, this is something that I do with my clients, and I would want you to work on doing your messaging. And one of the reasons why I asked you to write it out there is I want you to be able to start practicing using your message. And then when you bring it out there and people connect with it, then it means the message is getting sharper. Okay, if people don't connect with it, it means that your message still needs to be reworked. Okay, obviously you need to say it in different places, especially where your people are. I see Imabong said counseling the abused and battered people. Very good. Counseling. So you give counseling. So if anybody is watching and they are battered or abused, okay, it's getting there, but you can still go a little further. It's extremely important that the person is able to feel like, oh, I need to talk to this person. What would they identify in themselves that will make them feel like, you know what, I really need to talk to this person? So I have another one that says, I teach and mentor children academically online, age 2 to 16. That's from nursery to secondary school. Very good. Okay. So you teach and mentor children academically online. Now that is good, but I would want you to even refine it. Okay. So you have to paint the picture of, think of the person that is scrolling down their feed and they look at it and they're like, oh, okay, why do I really need this? Okay, my children already go to school. Always think of your ideal client or ideal customer, the person that is going to bring out money from their pocket and put, the money for you to help their children. Why would they want to pay you? Why would they want to put their children online schooling as a regular school? So think, what's the problem that they have with regular school or whatever it is? You see, Celine, there are many schools out there. In short, if you walk out your house, you will see just out off the road, you see most neighborhood would have 1, 2, 3 schools. Especially in Nigeria, I know. Okay, so it's extremely important that you clarify why your school is better, more like why the solution that you're bringing to your client is better than or is more appropriate for the person that is reading that message. Now, that is very good. What you wrote there is clear, but I'd like you to even go deeper into the pain that the person has, because as they're scrolling through, when there's something that pains them. And so as soon as they see your message, they're like, interesting. What is that? That's what you're looking for. So when you're doing your videos, you do your videos with your messaging that is sharp, that is able to bring in people that want what you have. You don't want to waste all of the time online. You want your time that you're spending on social media to actually bring in results. If what you have is a little bit of time, you can use that little bit of time that you have to master your messaging, master it very well, so that as you're sending, the little time, especially for some of you that are still working full time, the little time that you have to spend online, you want it to give you the best of the results. Okay. And so, you have to do that and sharpen your message extremely clearly. And there are 6 schools in my estate. Absolutely, Celine. Absolutely. There are schools everywhere. So you have to first of all find a way. What is my positioning? We were doing this in the video masterclass, and I'm actually going to talk about that in a bit. For those of you that don't know yet, my academy just opened yesterday. Yay, right? For those of you that are in the academy, can you just comment and say how the experience has been for you? You can just put a comment here so that some other people can be a part of it. Now, in the academy, what we do is we clarify your messaging so you can sell more. Clarify your messaging so you can build your audience. So you can build not just audience, massive audience. It's not so much about the huge number. It's great to have great numbers. However, if you have great numbers and they don't buy or they don't get what you want, then what's the point? Okay, it's been an exciting experience. I'm glad. Okay, Blessing said, I provide legal services and dispute resolution. I also sell real estate and organic supplements. Okay, now that is really good. I provide legal services and dispute resolution. Let me just focus on Uzomaka for a little bit. Usually when you're online, okay, when you're sharing your messages online, it's extremely important that you're focused. What I would suggest is if you're going to focus on 3 things like that, you would have 3 different platforms. Except if you already have a massive following, okay? If you already have a massive following and you have people everywhere that are already buying from you, what will be best is to strictly follow one platform and sell one thing. Now, a lot of people do it, because maybe personality wise, they are able to sell easily. But for the normal people, for the average person like me, I would suggest that you take one thing, take one platform and sell that. So if it's your legal service, then what you need to do is you take your legal service and break it down to what differentiates you from the other legal practitioner, the other legal person that is next door. Okay, because I don't know how many lawyers are out there now, but when we were in school, there were lots of people that were in the Department of Law. Okay, so it's extremely important that you find a way to differentiate yourself. And if it's the real estate, you need to find a way to make the person stop on social media and they've seen other posts about real estate. You want them to stop on your own and connect with you. And then they can ask you questions. And if it's this organic supplement, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't sell all of them, even though I would recommend that you focus on one you love and it's going to bring you the great results. Maybe you already have some results on it. That's the one that you should focus on. And that one make your message really sharp. Okay, very good. I see Imabom said counseling women in abusive relations. Are getting there by giving them hope, inspiration, courage to rise above their situation and still fulfill purpose. Okay, I like that. Counsel women in abusive relationship. Now that is clearer. That is clearer than the abused and the battered. You want to really go narrow, especially when you don't have a huge audience yet. So now you want to do this consistently. Share your message and do it consistently. Like I was saying in my video, in the video masterclass this last weekend, we were drilling down on that. And this kind of things take time. And this is why I've created my academy where you're able to fine tune your message and build your audience, okay, with lots of videos. Last week I was talking about how it's extremely important that you do videos. 2 weeks ago, I was talking about videos, okay, right? You know, videos is one of the best things that social media have today. In short, media in general, it's video. So we're going to be using a lot of that in the academy. If you're not yet a part of the academy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link to this. And if you're considering and you're trying to know, is this academy for me? Okay. You're wondering, am I sure that this is the best use of my money and my time at this time? Best investments for me to move forward? I'm going to put a link to this to my calendar that you can pick one of those today. Okay. After today, this won't be available. There's a way you can maximize the time that you spend on social media. First of all, evaluate where you are so you can know what exactly do I need to do in my own timing. Now, if you're part of the academy, this is what I do with you and we'll make sure that you're not wasting your time on social media. Then you schedule social media into your plan. If you're a full-time worker or you're a full-time mom or you're a full-time pastor like me or you're a full-time wife or anything else that you have as your responsibility, you would realize that if something that is not scheduled is not done. So I want you to schedule social media into your platform, into your daily activities. Okay. And then the question is, how much time can I put? How do I know all of that? You know, you can comment. And if you have questions, you can comment. But if you even want more, you can join us in the academy and I'll be very glad to guide you to do it. Okay. And then the last one is when you're actually online, connect with people. Make sure that your message is sharp. Make sure that you're doing videos, okay? And then do it consistently. If you're considering being a part of the academy, I'm going to put a link to this and then we're going to talk and see if this is the best investment for your time and resources right now. And for the next 1 week, I'm actually going to be off till the next Tuesday. So till next time, thank you so much for those of you that joined live and for anyone else that is watching this. Thank you for watching the replay and see you soon. All right. God bless you. Have a great week.